Good morning. This is Belinda Forbes, Skyping in from Managua, Nicaragua. It's great to greet you this morning. Greetings to the Rockville United Methodist Church. And I also bring you greetings from Acción Médica Cristiana, or Christian Medical Action, my place of assignment here in Nicaragua as a Global Ministries missionary. It's great to be participating in your stewardship campaign. Thanks for inviting me to be a part of the day today. One of the questions that was posed to me in preparing for today was, how has God impacted your life? And I can tell you that God has given me hope and the promise that in saying yes to the invitation to follow the teachings of the gospel, we receive God's grace and we grow in our faith, and God gave me the unique opportunity to serve as a missionary. Another question that was posed to me in preparation for today was, in what way has your faith informed your service to God and others? Well, I'd refer us to the Gospel of John, where Jesus very clearly calls us to love one another as we love ourselves. And also in the Gospel of Matthew in chapter 25, it's clear that when we serve others, we also serve God. And I can tell you that verse 40 in chapter 25 of Matthew is AMC's signal Bible verse. Whenever you did it to the least of these, my brothers and sisters, you did it to me. And also in today's passage from Luke, we understand that our witness has to be always and everywhere. So I think if we're grounded in this message, then wherever we are, whatever we're doing, whoever we're relating to, our lives must be about service. The question is often asked of me as a missionary, well, what drew you into service? And many of you at the Rockville United Methodist Church have heard me say that I felt a call. And I think that's God's splendid way of planting an idea in our hearts and our minds, and it won't go away until we attend to it. We can say no for a while, but there comes a time of liberation when we say yes, and we trust that God will give us what we need. In my case, I spoke some Spanish, and I was trained as a dental professional, so I felt I could use these skills in what started off as a short-term service ministry. The opportunity to come to Nicaragua presented itself. Some of you remember that our conference has a long-standing covenant relationship with a church here. Well, that one-year commitment has now blossomed into 20 years of missionary service. So we can never anticipate the journey on which God will lead us, but there is no doubt that the blessings have been many, and I continue to feel that God has me in the right place and doing the right thing. Now, the more years of experience that I have as a missionary, I understand that my ministry is less and less about the technical skills that I can offer and more about the relationships that I build and the intercultural understanding that I've gained. Helping Christians in the United States and other countries understand what happens here in Nicaragua and why so many people live in poverty and have such a hard time meeting their daily needs, and accompanying Nicaraguans as they work towards the solutions that make sense for them here in this setting, but with our support as United Methodists. Now, since you're in your stewardship campaign and discerning where your resources will be designated for the coming year, I've also been asked to talk about the impact. Some people may ask, well, why designate resources for mission? Why support a missionary? What does it do for our congregation? Well, first of all, it fulfills Jesus' commandment to go to all the nations and bring good news. We're called as Christians to reach out to the disenfranchised and the forgotten people who are also part of God's kingdom. And to share more specifically about how your support for me as a missionary gives results, there are 3 areas that I currently work in. The first and most obvious is in dental health. So I treat a lot of patients, especially children who are in need of preventive care and also having their teeth fixed. So in that respect, I help alleviate pain and suffering. And a very important aspect of what I do to leave something long-lasting is to train dental promoters with knowledge and motivate them to offer dental health education in schools. Here in Nicaragua, there is only one dentist for every 20,000 people. So it's impossible for us dentists to get everywhere, and community participation is essential to spread the message about good dental health. You will hopefully have time to watch a small video clip from a graduation event that we held last month for 7 dental promoters in this mountainous coffee-growing region of Nicaragua. These are young leaders in their communities who travel on foot or on horseback, or if they're fortunate, on a bus, to get to these elementary schools and teach children about how to brush their teeth and help teachers and parents understand the importance of dental health for a child's development. If a child has a toothache, that child can't study well, can't play well, or can't even eat well. So by training local people with this knowledge, you as a supporting congregation are participating in building God's realm and bringing health and wholeness to places where there is little option for it otherwise. I also work in the area of communications. I'm responsible for AMC's English language website that I hope you will visit. It is amcenglish, all one word, .org, and this explains a lot more about the organization where I'm assigned. I also work in partnerships, which is helping AMC establish relationships with different organizations that support the work they do. AMC, you should know, works in 3 of the 4 goals of our denomination as United Methodist. They work in global health around issues of clean water and preventing HIV and AIDS and dental health. They work with the poor, and they also work in leadership training. My right hand and partner in ministry is my husband Gerardo, who also works at AMC as the director of programs, and we are raising our 2 girls in a context of being a missionary family. We hope that they will be motivated into a life of service too. So I'd just like to close by reading one of the verses that you have or will have sung this morning from the I Come With Joy hymn. Verse 3 says, "As Christ breaks bread and bids us share, each proud division ends. The love that made us makes us one, and strangers now are friends, and strangers now are friends." So supporting a missionary creates the opportunity for you to become friends with people around the world in Christian love. Thanks for your support. Dios les bendiga. God bless you.